Okay. I think this should be better. I took some people's advice and I moved the camera, tilted it up just a little bit. Also, I gotta do one more thing here. I gotta get this thing going. Okay. I think. Do you guys think that's a little bit too close? How about we just go for it and then we'll see, right? My biggest worry is I think it might be a little bit too close to everything that's going on, so but let's just go for it and then we'll move along from there. Okay. Um eyes, eyes, eyes. Why isn't that working? All right. Eyes, eyes. Come on. Hello? Eyes. There we go. Um Gimbal. Desk. I think wheel. Close in. We're gonna change that just a little bit too, huh? Space. Close in. Wheel. Desk. There we go. All right. Camera B. You guys see what I'm doing, right? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so what are we doing today? Today, we are making more jewelry boxes. We're going to start off, we're going to make some squiggles and some other things first. And then from there, we will, camera A, hit together and trim some of them too. Get some more water. Okie dokie. Eyes. All right. Down. Push in and bring it up. We're at the top. We're going to stop. What do we want to make here? I think I kind of want to throw them like as if they were lids, right? I'm gonna go right down underneath here. Right underneath. I'm gonna cut this off. Stop for a second. 2 fingers underneath that. Lift that up. Alright, come along to the top area here. And even though this looks like a lid, it's not a lid. I'm gonna cut it and it's gonna be like the feet for some of these objects. I think it would be kind of nice to have a foot that is thrown. But I'm gonna cut that up. I kind of am just using the hump here to help me make some of these parts. Do this one maybe a little bit wider. Let's see how this one goes. Down, out. Kind of go up underneath. And the key with doing some of these poles is just making sure that your thumb on the outside isn't going crazy. Because sometimes they do want to do some like weird, crazy things, but just don't let them, right? Oh. Again, we're going to go right up underneath this. There we go. Grab our little needle tool here, or a wire tool, up underneath. Slice that open, let it go. 2 fingers on the bottom here. It doesn't really matter if we screw it up from this point, because realistically, this is just going to be harvested anyway. It's not really like a real object we're working with there. Just sponge out that inside because I don't want it to get all cracky. Okay. Here we go again. Now we're going to make some squiggles. Grab this, set that on my lap. I'm going to push this down. And I'm going to slowly pull out a little section here. Always kind of take a second, grab the sponge, very gently just roll sponge over this edge. It's going to make it look cleaner, so why not? And I'm going to slowly pause. I'm going to go right in on this corner here. Tilt it just a little bit so I can get a little bit more so I can cut underneath of it. And it's the actual angle. Bring that up so you guys can see. It's the angle in which you tilt this little knife tool that gives you different squiggling results, right? So we're going to just make a couple. And I think these will be the handles on these little jars, actually. Again, grab a little ring here, round that ring off, get ready, and squiggle this up, and make sure you tilt it, and you see how you can get right underneath? I mean, look at some of the squiggles you can get out of that, you know? I think they look pretty nice. Okay. We're going to do that same exact thing. We're going to take this little ring, and we're going to bring it out very slowly. Done. Round this off, pinch it just a little bit. Squeeze some of that water off there. Again, get ready. Take this little cutting tool here. Get ready. And push this down and tilt it. And again, you can see just by tilting it, it gets right up underneath there. Get a perfect little squiggle. And we're going to keep on cruising. Right? And so I love having just a bunch of these on hand, right? I think you can do a lot of cool things with them. And they're pretty quick to make. Who invented it? Probably somebody millions of years old. But I've been seeing it more often recently. I would say there's very few ceramic processes that are brand new. Maybe like 3D printing. But I think a lot of the stuff is not new by any means. So when you see me do some of these things, I'm definitely not the first, and I'm definitely not the last person to do these. But I think it's cool nonetheless. This one is a very small little squiggle there. Place that down. We're going to keep on cruising. I'll show you a cool thing that you can do with these now as well. Take this. split the rim, and then squiggle this up, and there you go. With a nice split rim, you get like this curled effect. It's like double reverse. Sometimes they'll collapse opposite directions, and it looks really cool. So again, you can see that there's a lot of variation here. I think since I'm making lids, I want them to be sort of small, right? Again, I'll pull this out to the side here. Right down to the bottom. And if you take some water, you get to go one way, and you really get this other one to go this opposite way. We'll see if we can get an opposite collapsing twist here. Yeah. And so it didn't do it the whole way, but look at that middle section. Do you see how they go different directions? They started off the same as the other one, but then they went opposite directions there. So pretty cool. I like doing that. The further you get them away, the more likely they are to twist opposite. Really, right now I'm just showing you guys all sorts of different ways to do this stuff. The last one, maybe we'll do a tall one. I don't think this one's usually going to turn out. The last one, I never really have it turn out well. So let's just see. We'll just leave it like that. So it's just like this, the letter M, you know? I think this kind of will be a nice little part for something. Right, so there we go. Part 1, done. That's all we needed to do was just make some little attachment doohickeys there, right? Now we're going to go into the making of the new jewelry boxes. Again, always start a little bit taller. Bring it down. Bring this up. And then we're going to go down. Then we're going to go up. Alrighty. I can feel that there's a bunch of air locked in here. So again, just working with this for a little bit here. Bring this down. Go right down to the bottom. Scoop this up. And bring this down. Put your fist on top. Slowly walk this out and across. And actually, you don't want to do that. We actually want to bring this up one more time. I forgot what I was making for a second. And now we're going to be making the lid for this jar here. So we got a nice chunk of clay on the top. I'm slowly pushing in here. I'm slowly bringing this out. Hold this rim for just a second. Get right up underneath this edge here. Push in just a little bit. And then just slowly start going right out to the side here. And making sure that you bring this base back in there. What just came undone? Something came out of my battery pack. I don't know. Hopefully nothing turns off. Water on this edge. And again, go right up underneath. Water out of there. Take this and go right up underneath this edge here. Again, right through this bottom. Pause. Try our best to get our hands all clean here. So that's what I need to get in the habit of doing, is rinsing them and then wiping them. All right. The nice part about this clay is that it has a lot more grog than the stuff I was working with before. And why would that be beneficial? Is that it's actually a lot more sturdy because of that, right? So now this bottom part is going to become the lid, or the base of this thing. Okay. Thumbs in. Grabbing our little bit of water here. Pushing down, curling your fingers slowly. Alright. And I gotta keep going a little bit wider here. And again, I want to bring this out just a little bit more. Again, make this a little bit wider. Now I'm going to slowly lift this wall up. Again, make sure I have water kind of squeezed out here. Okay. And so we're going to leave it as is right at this moment. We're going to walk on over to our lid here. So we need to bring it in a lot more here. Okay. Pushing in this base just a little bit, and slowly walking this up. Getting to the top and rounding this off, right? So again, now we take a look. It's gonna fit, great. So we got that part, and now we're just gonna get our inside ring here. There we go. And again, so we're going to take our nice little wooden tool, and we're going to slowly push down. We're going to double check. How far did we get? Pretty close again. We want to make sure that this is really nice and sharp edged here, right? Okay. Again, right down to the bottom. And we want to take as much of this clay off as possible. Again, look what you can get from this bottom. We can go over here, and we can just cut this up. Again, get more of the squigglies. You guys can see my little ribbon candies. And so you're really making use out of some of that stuff that you would normally just take away. Obviously, we can't save it all, but you get a little bit of it. There we go. Okay, so again, top ring fits. We have a little overhang. I'm not even worrying about that because when I put the lid on, I'll fit it and I'll trim that down to fit the lid perfectly, right? And so this one I would say is practically done here for now. So we're going to move on to the next one. Alright, set this over here. Go right up on this top thing, grab this. And here we go again. Set that right on my lap. Push this down, and we're going to start with making the lid first. And later today, we'll finish off the... I had 3, but one of them I made a little bit too thin on the bottom, so I'll finish it, but I don't think it'll really be a thing I'll use, right? Or give away or whatever. Right over to the edge here. Get my hands a little bit as clean as I can. Push, push, push. Get it sealed. Alrighty. Now I'm going to slowly push in and bring this up. And I can feel in this middle part that it's not, there's either an air bubble or a rip or something. And so usually what I do is I just keep going and coning and centering until that feeling sort of goes away. Somebody says, howdy, Pottery Demon. What are you making today? Hello. And today I'm just making like round jewelry box things. They're not really for me. Somebody asked me for them, so I'm just trying to get some of these things done and not really think about it too much. Again, we're going to make the lid first. Thumb right on the outside edge. Grab our sponge. And the key with this is keeping that thumb, this thumb here, tucked in and going towards this way, right? And so if you do that, and I'll support it with my other thumb here, it makes it a little bit easier to make these lids. I think sometimes when people are throwing, what happens is they drift, and they come out this way. Right, but keep it tucked up in there. Again, go right on this edge and kind of feel out what we want here. Because I know I'm going to want to make this a straight up and down edge, right? really slow. And just really walk up the corner of the wall here. If you go too fast, you get too much pressure and it's going to sink down. And you don't want that, okay? So here we go. Right up underneath. I'll take the tongue end of my little wooden knife tool. I found it, by the way. I'm going to push in at a 45 and then take the left side of the tool, slowly twist that down, and then push down. Again, if it gets knocked off center a little bit, don't even worry about it, right? Because this is not off center. That base part is off center. So when you flip it over and trim it, you're actually still centered to this flat side. Now, if you were to go touch this top and then try to readjust it, then you're kind of going to be throwing it off a little bit, right? Okay, stop that. Whatever, I'll just do it with my dirty hands. Lift this up. And again, you gotta love clay with a little bit of grog in it. My nail just at the side, but I'm throwing them thick because I'm trying to make them even, right? If anytime you want to make something even, just make it thick. And you can always trim it down. It'll be way more even. I always see a lot of people try to throw like paper thin objects. And I think a lot of people don't realize that normally people, at least that I know, very few people throw thin when they make thin objects. I would say most people probably throw thicker and then trim it down. I think there's like some like weird ego thing in like the pottery world where people like fetishize throwing thin, but I think it's kind of baloney. But that's my personal thing. It's like throwing thin and throwing large are novel pottery processes, I would say. And I would say nowadays too, there's that small pots are becoming a novel thing as well. Okay. Open this up. It's not totally centered, but we're not going to worry about that too much. Again, support that interior finger and just slowly walk the finger all the way to the back here. Get a little bit more water in here. And if you start curling your finger, you'll notice that it cuts through the clay way easier because your finger's acting like a needle tool at that point, right? Again, slowly smoothing out this base, walking it out to the side here. I'm going to be checking my rim here in a second. And I don't want to trim the bottoms of these too much, so I'm trying to go as thin as I can without going too thin where I wire it off. Like when I wire it, I barely want to see it lift from the wire going underneath of it, right? And that's how I know I'm probably thin enough. Okay. So let's grab our little tool here, walk on over. Camera B. Camera B. Eyes. Okay. Sit here. We still got quite a bit that we can move in here. Okay. Alrighty. Probably good enough. We're going to go a little bit more in. Yep, thanks for stopping in. You too, have a nice day. Round this edge off. Again, right to the bottom here. Slowly up. Whenever you want it to travel in, shift it in. Do it slowly so it wants to actually move inwards, right? Centripetal force is constantly pushing it away and out. Okay? Camera A. Eyes. Alrighty. I would say this is going to fit now. Okay. Now we're going to do the interior. There we go. Grab our wooden tool here. And maybe a little bit lower. Round this whole thing off. This outside edge. I'm gonna just move this in just a little bit and make sure we're pinning this straight down. Alrighty, this should work now pretty good. It's close enough. We're gonna go down to the bottom edge here with our little trimming tool, our plastic knife. Again, we got our little squiggle line there. Set that down. Get ready to clean up this bottom edge here. And again, we're gonna go slowly lift this up, and we'd say this one's done here. Camera B. Eyes. And our last one, and then we're gonna finish off the rest of them. And we'll do it pretty good. Right down on the bottom here. Take this off. Okay. Wheel. Close in. Alrighty. Good job. I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna right down to the side here. A little bit of water. Again, slowly push this up and pull this out. Okay. Walking this out. I'm gonna be bringing this up here. Can you guys really see what I'm doing here? I think you guys actually can. I wish I had this, you guys pulled up on this small thing instead of up there. I think that actually would be a better... Wait a little bit. Round it off here. Again, let's grab our little... Where's our wooden knife tool? What the heck? There it is. I'm gonna go right to the bottom here. Take this. Underneath. Again, at a 45. Pushing this in. I start curling this down. Grab our wire tool here. Curl it up. There we go. Set this down. Grab our calipers here. Measure the outside edge. Okay, outside edge measured. I'm gonna quickly pull this out and up. Just get a little bit far away from here. Camera A. I have a lot of clay that's not really actually stuck to the chunk I have here, right? So let's see if this feels a little bit better. Oh yeah. All right. should be close. Again, I'm getting a little bit thin towards the bottom here, so just see how I do. Curl this up. So pull this up here. Go right down to the bottom. Let's see. Actually, that's not too bad. We kind of nailed it this time. Again, finger underneath, pushing up, slowly picking these walls up. Go right up to this edge here. And thicken that rim up, right? Okay. Pretty much perfect here on this top edge. So we're not really going to do too much else. Let's feel this inside here. Yeah, not too much else. I'm going to slowly go over. Camera B. This is that one, right? Have this come in. This has to come in quite a bit, you see? Okay. Wow. Okay. So, we're going to take this, we're going to push this down. Wet this top rim up. Squeeze. And slowly walk this in. And slowly around this top. And let's see if this is going to work now. This might have been a little bit too much, actually. Oh no, this will be pretty good, actually. Again, we got some nice little squiggles here. Get these off. Yeah, I'm going to try my best to get as much of this water off of it as I can. And then we're just going to go right in with our sponge and lift this edge up. Again, we have one more little squiggler. And we're done. I guess the last thing I'll do is get some of this slip off the bat. Okay. So another one is done. So we got a whole ton of these going on right now. Next thing you want to do is probably dump this in one of these bins here. Grab my sponge. All right. Next up, want to finish these guys. And you'll see exactly how I get these to work here, right? And there's so many. We just need the trimming tools and a sponge. We're gonna take all these tools and we're just gonna like put them in here and just set them on that or something. And we kind of want to take a bunch of these and set them up here. We're going to take, where's that stinky sponge at? There we go. Again, you know, I don't really have to do this, but it just is a little bit too messy. It's kind of stressing me out. Okay. With a stinky sponge. Put that sponge in there. Again, wipe our hands off. And here we go. So now we're trimming. Camera A. Also, we want to see how much. No, we can go pretty much flat. Okay, come on. Tap, tap. That looks pretty good to me. Alright, let's get this stuck on this side here. Let's get this stuck on that side there. This stuck right here. Get ready. Again, slowly walking this out to the side here. Some of these little rings off. Okay. So lid. Right there. now we're going to get the base. Let's see actually how much we got to take off here. Well, you know what? We might even just get this attached first. Trim down the side and just see what our thickness is looking like. And then we'll finish this one off, right? I hope that kind of makes sense. So, get our lid. That really couldn't fit on any better, so we're not going to mess around with that too much. We are going to slowly take down the outside edge here. Okay. And so you see how you trim that right in place, and then all of a sudden now it's really nice and even. That's something that I like about doing it this way. Again, for any of these edges, you know, just bring these down just a little bit. Look at that. Okay. Again, flip this over. Just test this thickness. You can bring this thickness all the way down and in. This will be almost like a round bottomed object here. That's really annoying. I need just like a wooden rib tool. This one's stretchy though. Freaking look at this. Guys, I feel like this is really pretty. I like this one. Hmm. Do I have? I do. I do have one of these coins. Sweet. These coins, I'm gonna try to see if I can get a good measurement. That's all I'm doing right now is I'm slowly just placing the marks that I want here. Okay. Again, top down. And now we got our bottom part here that we are going to inlay some clay or some shapes. So I 3D printed a ton of these shapes. I'll bring this up and over. I needed something to set these in because this is gonna get like it's gonna be like not doable here. Sure, the bottom of this is gonna be fine. Actually, let's just set them on the chair and like look at them all. You guys can see what I'm doing here? I don't even think you guys can. Right. Now then, eyes. Hmm. This isn't really a good view for you. You guys can't really see what I'm doing here, huh? Again, you guys can kind of see that shape that I made with that. So we're just going to continue that around. And so that's all I did was I took some weird shapes, like some stringy things, and I just 3D printed a bunch of these lines. And I mean, from this, we'll get a whole range of things. In and out, maybe back in a minute. If not, take care. Happy potting. Thank you so much. I hope you're well. Alrighty. Okay. And I really like this one. Okay. We are going to put the lid back over top of this. Also, the back of my head's hurting a little bit. I feel like there's too many things going on right now. Too many things going on. This would be so nice when we inlay this with blue, right? That's how we're going to do this, by the way. This has got to be the most boring part of the whole process here. I mean, just look at that pattern. Imagine that inlaid with blue now. Ooh. That's going to look nice. I don't even know what we should do for the top. I don't think the top is actually going to have anything good. Gotta keep going. I'm procrastinating. I gotta get this done with. I gotta. All right, there we go. I got one last one here. And the last thing. There we go. Guys, just look at that for a second. Look at that. Good job. Good job. Guys, I mean, look at that. Right? Doesn't that look cool? Alright, now we're actually making pottery, right? Like, this is, I don't consider myself a potter, right? But I would say this is definitely pottery. This is giving me, like, pottery vibes. Oh, no. The top got a little bit screwed up here. Okay. So, we got this whole thing. Let's do, like, a 4 and see what... Maybe we do 3. 6 and 3? That sounds pretty good. That sounds better than 6 and 4, to be honest with you. So the blue line. Let's open a mark here. A mark there. And a mark here. Okay. Nice. Now let's, again, we're gonna go through our little dungeon of things here. I would prefer to have one that's a little bit more rounded. That's actually pretty good. So let's do that. Alright. Let's just get this all done here. Camera B. Eyes. Alrighty, let's get all of our little, man, not a single one stayed in my hand there. Alright. Camera A. I really like the way that looks. Like, that to me looks really freaking good. Alright. So now the question is, do we consider this done? Right? Do we add one more piece to this? Part of me thinks that this should just be done. Like, I wanted to make like a little topper for this. But to be honest, this is kind of pretty enough without a topper. Unless I have one that looks pretty good in the middle, but I don't know. I think we should just leave it, guys. I think we're just gonna leave it. We're gonna do the next one now. Wow. I like that. Alright, this one, the fit is kind of bad. Again, we're not really going to worry about the fit. We're going to trim this one up now. Plop. 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 Grab our little trimming tool here. Just slowly dig this in at an angle here. And just have a little bit of surface area. It's almost like a needle's worth of the tool there, and you'll be surprised on how much it will really just cut off so much of this material so easily, right? Um, right. Walking this down the side here. Slowly walk this down the side. Hello. Done. Okay. Okay. Got the side trimmed down. Now we're gonna get the main body. Again, the fit on this one is not as good, right? The fit on this one is a little bit lackluster. Lackluster. Where's all my trimmers? I don't even know where I set all those pieces again. Oh, they're right over there. Okay. That's not bad. Again, we're going to grab this. I'm going to squish these up just a little bit here. I wonder why that's up. Ka-chow. Ka-chow. Sorry about that. Okay. Crack that open. So we got that, the thing trimmed down to what we really need it to be right now, okay? So that's kind of nice. The next thing we're gonna do, we gotta trim the bottom here. The bottom has this much roundness. Tap center this. For some reason my ear is ringing. Pretty bad, it's ringing. Alright, I need my little circle doohickey, which is I have no idea where it's at actually. Oh, it fell in this freaking muck. Yuck. Okay. Oh, 4 is actually gray. I didn't even know that. There we go. I'll leave this. Move this one here. And we are going to start pressing in our little pieces again. So we'll go to camera B. Alrighty. So what are we thinking here? Do we think we got this one? One is pretty long, but we do not want that one. Is it me or is there no sound? There should be sound. It should just be really quiet. I have it so there's like no background buzzing and stuff now. That one's a little bit low, actually. I kind of screwed that up, but that's okay. I gotta pay attention here. Sorry, guys. And kind of just pressing this in here. Okay. So we got a couple of them. Now we're gonna do the other side. Not the anchor. We want another closed one. Actually, this works. I don't think this one really is that great, but I don't have any more, so this is the best one we got. Again, we're just squishing this on there. And we're gonna do the top now. Ugh. What are you guys talking about? Oh, I haven't gotten used to the new sound system. Yeah, it is very quiet. Do more and then that one won't matter. It's a bit lower. Yeah, that's what I did. I just did some more of them. What are we making here? Looks cool. These are just like camera. I'm making like these little. They're gonna be like jewelry boxes essentially. So that's what I'm making. Somebody on my TikTok. Somebody on my TikTok told me to do something. So this is what I've chosen to do. This one will do these in the four corners here. Don't actually like this one that much, to be totally honest with you guys. But it's okay. I knew I wasn't gonna like these from the moment I started them, just because I'm not making something I want to make really. Man, that looks terrible. That looks so bad. You guys can't even see it, but it looks pretty bad. Oh man. Well, let's just use our our squiggles now and see if we can do something remotely close to saving this thing here, because I am really not liking this at the moment. So we got some squiggles. We got the big squiggle, that could be useful. We got some smaller squiggles, and the other ones I'm probably not going to use. Okay. So let's see what we can do with this. I think we're going to do this one. Alright. This one is going to be the one that saves it a little bit, I should say. I would say I actually probably screwed it up pretty bad. But I think this will keep it alive. This one is horrible? Really? I thought it was cute. It's like a little mini handle. What was the other one? Did you say you liked one of the other ones? Let's look. I like your response. This one is horrible. Horrible. You like this one? The big one? This guy? Is this the one you want? I thought this one looked pretty bad, to be honest, but maybe I'm not a visionary. What do you guys think? I also have this one. I had this small one. Very small squiggly. Then it was definitely this one. I think this is the only one that was really small and squiggly. Alright, we'll do this one. This one's fine. Not the small one, the other one. We'll do side by side. This one reminds me a little bit more of a branch. You know? I feel like I gotta... I don't know. Um... Brutish? Okay. Maybe we'll do like some happy in between, and I'll lower this one down a little bit. Maybe, actually, let's just break that little side off. It's already gonna rip. And let's make this a little bit smaller and upright. I think I'll like that a little bit better. Yeah, okay. This will be good. I do have some knobs, but the problem with the knobs right now. We'll do a rate. No, we shouldn't cover these. I really don't like those. I think it's got to bridge two of them together. That's the key with this to make it look okay. Yeah. Because I did a bad job lining them up. We'll set them on top of it and it'll kind of not fix it, but just make it look okay. Like, because before it looked like dog water. I should have spent time and actually like get it looking nice. Where's all my tools at? Eyes. There we go. That was fun. Thanks for joining me on our little handle thing. I was gonna do something, but it looks really bad. Right now it looks so bad. I don't even wanna mess with it anymore. I'm just gonna do this and hope the glaze covers up the majority of this pattern here. Okay, I like that. That's okay. Let's get our little brush. It's just too plain with the handle. Agreed. Yeah, it's just YouTube, so I feel like it's okay to ask. I just don't have any more cool stamps. The only thing I have, if I have the dragon, I'll put the dragon on it. Oh. So what I want to know is, did the eyes, how long did we stream for? Almost 2 hours? Yeah, that camera definitely died. Okay, well, hey guys, that's not too bad. Not too shabby. Where's all my little, my doohickeys? Ah, there it is. I had a bunch of these little stamps I made. I want the dragon stamp. We might not have access to the dragon stamp. We don't. What other ones do we have around? I think it's just... We have the flower. We can do the flower. Flower actually doesn't look good. No, I don't know what to do, guys. Like a squiggle? That looks bad. That looks real bad. A line? That looks even worse. Oh, man. I'm getting so angry. We got some grass. We got like a mini fish. The mini fish could actually do some good. But I don't have that dang dragon. Are you kidding me? Would it be in this box maybe? No, definitely not in the box. Alright, we got grass, so I guess we'll do grass. No, that's not gonna look good. I don't know, guys. I think we'll just do the fish and call it today. I guess we can do something on the top part of this lid too, though. Like, that will make this even look probably a little bit better. Because right now this one just looks bad, guys. Right now this one just looks bad. But let's get all my little parts out of here. Come on, stop dropping the parts. I wish we would have found the dragon. The dragon piece is goated. That would have been like the perfect time to use the dragon. No, it's not your guys's, really. It's literally just my fault. Like, I just did a bad job on this one. Alright, come on. We want to get the bottom one. Okay. Moved around a little bit, but you only get one shot, so that's going to be it. And then we'll sand it away, and then hopefully it looks like water, and then the fish coming out of the water. It wasn't. I should have put water down before I did that. Okay. So that's one. And the lid doesn't fit anyway on that one good. So it was already bad to begin with, guys. This is two. So that's just how it is. The top view I can change to, I wish I could use my head cam, but I can't right now. It's dead. So, wheel. Wheel. Yeah, there's not too much. Camera B. Camera A. Yeah, this is kind of it. Gimbal. We can just turn it off. That's also a possibility. All right, guys. So, what do we like here? The one on the left right now, that one's just way better. I just think the patterns look way better. The one on the right now, you know, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I think the fish kind of saved it a little bit, and for some reason that ripple not being the same doesn't feel too out of place. And so if I put some like blue something in there, it's like the fish are like jumping out of the water. So they're not too bad, really. But I do like the other one a little bit more, the one with no handle. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me see what you guys have to say here. It has a theme, it's balanced, that could be condensed to it. You can change the detail. The top of the other one looks good. Wow. It's like a Viking pattern. Yeah, well, I just took more time with this and I really made sure I lined them up. So that's, I mean, yeah. I don't really like patterns though, to be honest. Like the whole me 3D printing stamps of like little lines, like I don't like it, but and I don't feel like carving it either. So call them both. Don't turn off top view. The bottom view is obstructed. I don't know what you mean. I call both of them. This would be dope with a wood texture over the top. Don't know if that's possible. I love the pattern on the one without the handle. Yeah, this is just, it just looks nice. I think if I were to raise this pattern up just a little bit, how big is the volume? Like, I like that. They're okay. But not bad. I got I got 4 more of them to do tomorrow. So we get more attempts. We'll have the ones from that I threw earlier, they look better too, and I'm gonna be cutting little feet on all of these as well. So we got a lot of good things cooking up in the next couple days. I'll set these in that bottom there. Yeah, and I'll just set these in. Alright, guys. That's huge for a jewelry vessel. You think so? I think they'll shrink quite a bit. I've actually never used a jewelry vessel. These will shrink. I mean, I'm putting them to 10, so they'll shrink quite a bit. I can't imagine they're gonna be that big when I'm done with them. But anyway, guys, again, thank you. I'll see you guys in the next one. We did some throwing today. We finished the 2 jewelry boxes. Tomorrow we're gonna do 4. I think I'll have the patterns will be a little bit better for tomorrow. To be honest, I think the one didn't turn out good, so it'll be okay. Anyway, I'll see you guys. Hopefully, you guys have a good rest of your day. I think the size is good. How much will they shrink? Yeah, maybe a little bit, around 20%. Maybe a little bit lower, but yeah. Thanks, guys. Peace. Ka-chow.
Ela bate no peito, ela fala que é brava. Vamos ver se tu aguenta. Sequência vai tomar.